Welcome to the Taurus new moon reading. 3 cards once again for us. We've got the 6 of Cups, and that is Buttercup in this deck. We've got Sodalite, and we have Retrograde. And as far as I know, Pluto is the only thing in retrograde, but heck of a planet to be in retrograde right now. And the Taurus Scorpio dynamic that's been playing out over this full moon and then new moon. So Taurus as an archetypal energy, I like to think of it as the seed, so the seed sprouts and then the roots go down. And when the roots go down, it pulls up nutrients and then the seedling goes up. And so when it goes up, that whole time frame is what I think of when I think of Taurus. I think of the seedling that is hoping that it has the right nutrients, the right water, the right light in order to survive and thrive the way that it needs to, and all of the trials and tribulations that come with that first push to survive, and also just feeling good. Like, how do we feel good? How do we feel into our physical pleasures, our physical comforts, and really just understand our body as it is in this incarnation. And then with the new moon, we're building up new energy. What are we wanting to plant seeds about? Like, what is it that we want to put our energy, investing our energy into for the next couple of weeks until we get to the full moon again? And so these cards are very interesting and poignant for me, and I'm loving the color dynamic in these two, and then Sodalite. But I want to start with Retrograde. So it says reflection and delays. And so when we're thinking of retrograde energy, it's like things that come around to remind us of what we need to work on in terms of our boundaries, our mental health, our emotional health, our physical health, and our spiritual health. And messages come around to give us, like, for instance, today I was brought into a situation that I've been in many times before, particularly in the past year, because Spirit has been trying to get a message across to me for a long time, and I have actively chosen to not listen because I'm falling back on my own old fears, old things that I maybe should have cleared by now, but still haven't. And I went through this, and I was like, wow, a month ago I was told specifically what to do, and by my spirits, because I have conversations with them in my own ways, and I write things down, and so I have a memory of what it was that they told me, and I reflected on that memory and realized, like, wow, today I went through turmoil and sadness and feelings of inadequacy around a situation that I've been in multiple times before, was given clear messages to change, did not change. Lo and behold, same bullshit happens at the end. So if there's anything in your life that is coming up right now that is causing you some amount of turmoil, some amount of reaction, some amount of reflection, take this opportunity to really feel into that, to really understand and absorb the lesson, so that you don't have to be like me, repeating the lesson over and over again until you get it. You can do it. Hopefully we can do it. Yes, next, Buttercup. And the 6 of Cups. So Cups is the water element. 6 is this comfortable, safe number after the chaos of the 5, but still has some way to go to get to the end, which is the 10. And so when I think of this card, it's usually depicted as like children playing, smelling flowers. Like, it gives you the vibes of reminiscence, of understanding your childhood joy, understanding like what brings you those basic joys in your life, so that you can explore them more, and also with the perspective of where you're at now, so that you can explore the joy and have the curiosity, but without the pitfalls of not paying attention. Like, this card is asking us to pay attention to our emotional states. Water. What are we feeding? What are we putting our energy into? How are we reliving lessons? Also, Buttercup as a flower is often associated with humbleness or humility, and again, reminiscence in childhood and picking flower crowns and whatever, you know. It's a very happy spring flower that pops up many places. And it's reminiscent of what are we going through in this moment? Like, what are our feelings? Are we enjoying them? Are we not enjoying them? If we're not enjoying them, what lesson do we have to learn from the fact that we are not enjoying our life right now, or we're not enjoying some aspect of something that's going on? We have this opportunity to be curious, to be excited about understanding ourselves, and if you're like me and you're learning a similar lesson over and over again, how can we really learn this lesson? How can we really actively participate in our life, participate in our joy, and participate in making different choices and believing that we can make different choices? Really feel into that and start to understand what's going on inside of your emotional body, because we are so powerful because of our emotions. Our emotions fuel us, and they are actually emitting electromagnetic energy through our heart. So, last card, Sodalite. So this stone is said to be associated with the third eye, with the throat chakra, so about how we communicate, our perceptions of things, how we're connected to the guidance and the symbolism and the suggestion that spirit is giving us. What are we open to? What are we seeing? What are we noticing? How are those messages for us? And Sodalite really wants to help us with our communication. It wants to help us to really understand ourselves and see our reactions, so that we can be aware of what our reactions are. And if our reactions are not in alignment with what we want for our higher self, or what our higher self wants for us, we have an opportunity to witness it, and in witnessing it, maybe potentially choose to change, because we have free will. We can do whatever we want. We don't have to change. Nobody's going to make us change. People might try to make you change, but they can't make you. Only you can choose to change. Only you can choose to see yourself, to witness your reactions, and to see if there's a lesson there for you, and to take that forward. And so this wants to really help us with our confidence, help us with understanding ourselves and why we communicate the way we do, why we think the way we do, why we feel the way we do. Every moment is an opportunity for us to know ourselves and love ourselves and have appreciation for ourselves and what we're doing. And so I give you all many blessings and prayers that we are able to understand the lessons that are coming up for us, and to enjoy our life in one way or another, and hopefully practice a more beneficial, empowering way of reacting to whatever happens. And if you're like me and you're repeating lessons, may we all stop that. All right, I'll see y'all next week.